Hey, it's Drew Bennett from Ben Spark Family Adventures back with another daily vlog, but it's also a Fortnite thing because issue number 3 of Batman Fortnite Zero Point has come out, and if you see from the cover of issue 3, it's Batman vs. Snake Eyes, and that is awesome. Now, this cover is actually the Jim Lee cover. I'm going to talk about that a little bit more. That's the cover that I am keeping. I got the other cover, which is the Donald Mustard cover, which is the other one that is similar to the other two that I've gotten. So these 3 are polybagged. I am waiting till all 6 have been released, and then I will be doing a giveaway of it. So I wanted to talk about this week's comic, and we're going to switch over so that you can see some of the panels that I've handpicked to talk about in this review of the comic, and we're also going to see what the cosmetic item is, which is the grappling. It's Catwoman's grappling paw or grappling hook harvesting tool, and that is something that you can actually purchase as part of the Catwoman bundle that's available in Fortnite right now. We're going to take a look at that because I am going to buy that bundle, but I already have the grappling paw, so that is going to knock down the amount on the bundle, and I'll let you know how much that is once we get to that point in the video. So we're going to take a look at that now. As I mentioned, there are the 2 covers that I picked up, the Jim Lee one and the Donald Mustard one. Now, Jim Lee is one of my all-time favorite comic book artists ever. Back in 1996, when I got back into comics, I originally got into comics with Transformers, but when I got back into comics, there was a comic called Wildcats. And I just learned today at the comic book store that the character of Grifter from Wildcats is now a bodyguard for Lucius Fox, who now has access to all of the Wayne Industries after the Joker War or something like that. But it's really cool to see that Grifter is being used. I would love it if they went through and they found the Wildcats characters and they made them part of Fortnite. That would be an awesome retro throwback. Just so cool if that was the case. That was one of my all-time favorite comic books, and it was done by Jim Lee. It was Jim Lee's Wildcats. If you ever heard of it, if you haven't heard of it, look it up. Find out more about it. It's awesome. It's a great comic. I should probably pull out my old comics and reread them and maybe do a series of comic book reviews of Wildcats, because I had done that with the Transformers, the first 50 issues. If you want to look through that, I'm going to put a note up above of those original Transformers comic books and my very long and detailed comic book reviews of those. So, getting into beyond that. Now, the reason I knew that this was the Jim Lee one, not only because of the art style, but because on Twitter, Jim Lee put up an image of the completed cover for the 3rd issue. And I was like, wow, that's awesome. But in addition to that, he also put up the pencils of that cover. So here you've got the rough pencils, then you have it inked, then you have it colored, and then you have the final version of it. But just Jim Lee's amazing style and his detail, and he's an incredible artist, and I am so excited that he did a cover for this, especially Snake Eyes and Batman. Those 2 meeting in this comic was epic and so much fun. And don't mind the pun, but yeah, it was an epic meeting. And I'm not going to give away what happened because it's just too cool. So, the overall comic this time, like in the past, the couple comics, it had been Batman's thoughts about what's going on in the island, Batman working with Catwoman and stuff like that. But in this issue, you actually have a series of inter-office memos that are happening here between Loop Observation and PsyOps. So you've got this here, the subject, I'm worried about the Batman. And basically, they're worried about the Batman because Batman is basically just taking out everyone that is thrown at him. Why he hasn't escaped the loop, I don't understand. But if he's beating everybody, he should be winning every time. But I guess he's not. There has to be something else at play there. So, you see Batman using the glider That's pretty cool. It says, even with the measures we've taken to make sure things adhere to our preferred schedule, so they have a plan for Batman, and the fact that it takes him longer to defeat the others without Catwoman's aid. So Catwoman has escaped the loop, and so he's not working with Catwoman anymore. We saw that at the end of the second issue. It says next, it still appears he might succeed before we're fully ready. So he may escape the loop before they're ready for whatever it is they have in store for the Batman. So, it says, I can admit now that I harbored some doubts it would work. Asset Batman has knocked down everyone and everything we've thrown at him, even those with unique and unparalleled skill sets. Now, here you got Batman's Batarang grappling, harvesting tool, clashing with a very significant katana. It says, I was initially afraid that might be the case here too. Okay, so this is the meeting of Batman and Snake Eyes. And it is a double, you can see the centerfold there, that this is a 2-page spread, Batman and Snake Eyes, and they just look awesome. Batman has definitely been there for a while. He is got this beard going on there. You got Snake Eyes, and Snake Eyes is looking spectacular. Awesome comic page here. It says from Asset Snake Eyes. So that was continued from that previous one there, that previous screen. So next we see that. So throughout the comic, Batman and Snake Eyes are battling each other over and over and over again. One time one besting the other, one time, back and forth. And then Observation notices that all the rest of the players aren't fighting anymore. All they're doing is watching Batman and Snake Eyes. And this is a really cool page out of the book, and I just don't want to spoil it for you. So I just took this one portion of it where all these Fortnite characters are just watching what's happening between Batman and Snake Eyes, which is just incredible. So you've got to pick up this book. It's super cool. And if you get a chance, you can enter my contest once I have all 6 books, and I can send them out to the winner. Okay, so here we see... Okay, so they're talking about Batman and Snake Eyes forming a connection, and says this is hardly the environment to form one. But I guess that's what I'm wondering is respect and emotion. Because as we remember from the previous issues, that they can wipe out the memory of the character, but they can't wipe out emotional memory. And that's why Batman and Catwoman kept connecting with each other and were able to trust each other immediately every time they went back in the loop. So they were saying, is respect an emotional memory, and could it stick? And they say, this is not the area of my expertise, please advise. But you can see here this look at the bottom where Batman and Snake Eyes are looking at each other. One's caught the Batarang, one's caught one of the knives. They are looking at each other, and there is a respect being formed there from all of the fighting that they've done with each other. They know that they are unparalleled fighters that are constantly sparring with each other. So, are they forming some sort of respect here? And if it is it something that's going to be remembered every time they come back in the loop? So, at the very end here, it says loop observation out. Batman is, something has occurred here, and I don't want to give it away. But then there's actually something spoken, and it says, "Don't do anything stupid." Who's that character? Who is talking to Batman? You'll have to get the book to find out, and it's also setting up something that's coming in book 4 and probably to Fortnite in the next 2 weeks. So that is very, very cool. I'm looking forward to that. That is going to be awesome. And I think that was the last panel that I grabbed. Yeah, that's the last panel that I grabbed. Again, this is one of the coolest comic series crossover things that I've seen done in a while. I'm having a lot of fun with that. Let's hop over into Fortnite itself so I can show you the Catwoman, the new harvesting tool that is the cosmetic item that you get from this particular comic book. So, the NBA is coming to Fortnite. Interesting. Okay, the funny thing here is, if you remember a long time ago, there was like a 3-point contest with Larry Bird and I think it was Michael Jordan, and they would go back and forth and back and forth. That was always very cool. Let's see. So that is the crossover. That's coming. There's going to be more to that. Okay. What I really want to show you is that I got Catwoman's Grappling Claw, and that is something that I got from the comic book. I was able to redeem that code online, grab that. I'm going to claim it. And now we're going to go to the item shop, because that is where we're going to see the Catwoman bundle. And the Catwoman bundle, it was $1,500 earlier. And instead of being $1,500, it is now $700 because I've got the Grappling Claw from the comic book. And the comic book is $5.99 when you pick it up. So I am going to get this bundle. I'm going to support my buddy Redbeard Bart, and we're going to purchase that bundle. I'm going to equip Catwoman. So it's Catwoman 0, and we're going to hop over to the locker, and we're going to get that Catwoman's Grappling Claw. We got Catwoman. Let's see. As far as back bling, let's just say no back bling for her right now. And we'll keep the escapist umbrella. If you recall, I did a very long video of how to get how to win that player versus everyone for the impossible escape. I also won the player versus player one, so that was fun. And so we've got everything together. I am going to hop into a game. Actually going to do that impossible escape player versus everyone. So we're waking up on the beach as 0 Point Catwoman. And apparently I'm already linked up with somebody else. I was not filled in. I'm not filling these. Why am I even connected to somebody else? That doesn't make any sense. Because I did not have it filled. So I am over by Steamy Stacks. I'm going to make my way over to the Guardian Tower. That way I can observe what's in my area. I should find a weapon and some other things first, too. But as you can see, this is the claw, the Grappling Claw. Pretty cool looking harvesting tool. Catwoman looks awesome. This has been a fun version of fun LTM. It's one of my favorite ones so far because it's just there's so many different interesting fun things that you can do, and it's hard. It can be difficult and challenging, but also super fun. So I do like it being super fun. So it kind of gives you a look of Catwoman here using her harvesting tool. It's a cool character, and it's a nice cosmetic that I'm happy to have. Anyway, it's Drew Bennett from Ben Spark Family Adventures. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter as Ben Spark, Facebook.com/Ben Spark Family Adventures, and you can find me here making videos all the time. Now, be on the lookout because I will be doing a giveaway of all 6 comic books once they're all, in the next month or so. Hey, you know what? I did not pick that squad mate, so sorry. But it does look like they did discover the rotor cap, which is being brought to the helicopter right now. Thanks for watching. I said Batwoman, didn't I? No, it's Catwoman.